There you go. Yeah, childhood fears. TommyNFG. Let's see it.
That grow up in all different types of ways. Some grow up in mega mansions with custom limo service to school and anything they'd ever want. And others grew up like me in the war-torn battlefields of Detroit with not a dollar to their name, struggling to find
TommyNFG from Detroit? What?
Childhood fears. As a kid, you get scared of things pretty easily because you still learn in the world. You don't know what's true and what's not true, which is why creepypastas were scary as like, what are kids getting scared of nowadays online? Huggy Wuggy, Skibbity Toilet, EDP? Real was scared of a collection of random stories you would find on YouTube. I don't even know when they started pumping these stories out to traumatize kids, but it sure worked. One by one were new creatures being spawned into this world. Like, you can't tell me.
Bro, all this shit was on like YouTube and shit. Actually, most of these were found not even through, for me personally, the horror short films. I'm trying to think. For me, it was because somebody would play like Slenderman. Dash EXP would play Slenderman. Boom, now I know who that is. Jeff the Killer. Dash EXP played that Jeff the Killer game. Now I know who that is. It's these niggas playing games made by indie companies. That's how I figured them out.
He had me eyeing every single tall person to make sure they weren't him in secret. Could it be LeBron? Could it be Taylor Swift? Could it be that random tall that wasted all his potential by picking a normal day job and not being in the NBA? Slenderman was such a goddamn goated character and story that they even made a game after this.
Nigga Wemby.
You can't get higher than that. It was so goated that a girl stabbed her friend in the name to appease him. Okay, but that actually is a real story.
Yeah, that dab it.
Probably shouldn't be making that joke. The girl survived. Don't worry, guys. People who don't survive.
Oh, I thought she didn't. Oh no, she did survive because then she went and crawled. Yeah, and told. Damn.
Just the image of Jeff the Killer.
Oh my god.
Gave me nightmare shakes all night. To this day, they still haven't found the unedited version of this photo. That makes it kind of more scary. This might just be real. Jeff was an OG crash out because if you look back at the story, it goes something like this.
I think Jeff Killer, on my soul, that's still scary. I think, yeah, Jeff the Killer was the only one that actually low-key creeped me out. The rest of them, like the Link one, the Squidward, Slenderman, none of them really scared me for real at all. That Jeff one though had me thinking, cause I ain't gonna lie, I'm pretty sure the story is if you wake up in the middle of the night and you see that nigga on the outside of the window, he gonna kill your weak ass.
He moves to a new town and gets bullied by the school kids. He gets covered in bleach and lit on fire by the school kids. Don't know how you stand still while getting bleach poured on you and lit on fire, but that's besides the point. He wakes
Maybe they held the nigga down.
With his ugly ass.
That's why you chill, mud. My window open. That's why you don't have blinds. But that's the thing. Well, y'all got curtains. I got curtains now. I'm not gonna lie. But I had blinds. I got both actually. I got blinds and the curtains will go over the top. My room actually super dark. Like when you close the door, you can't, like the only thing you can see is nothing. Like it's one of those things where if you blink and you open your eyes, the only way you know your eyes is open is because you can feel the muscles doing what they need to do. You can't see nothing. That's how dark my room is.
Jeff the Killer face goes home to carve a smile on his mouth, then kills his parents but doesn't kill the bullies that lit him on fire. Yeah, looking back, a lot of these stories didn't really make any sense, but it still worked. I probably won't even be able to sleep at night. By far the most traumatizing one to me was Sonic EX.
This one wasn't either.
I was a Sonic Glazer. I had
what the fuck is this?
I used to get around the hose and try to go supersonic to show them that I'm the alpha. Maybe that's why no woman ever talked to me in school. But when I saw not
this is light
story,
for real,
but a game turning my favorite franchise into a spine-chilling game experience, I couldn't take it anymore. The music soundtrack alone is. Why the f even make an original soundtrack for this? This is the only creepypasta I know with its own original soundtrack. Like this wasn't a creepypasta.
Nah, this one was not bad at all. All the game or show ones, like the cartoon ones.
Up the stairs after turning off the light. And that's
Chicken.
The next fear, which is darkness. As a kid, I was indeed one of those kids that needed a night light to even be able to sleep. When I say kid, I mean 21-year-old man. I don't give a f.
That's crazy. Being scared of the dark, nah. It's what's in the dark you should be scared of, because you don't know what it is.
You can't tell me otherwise that when you turned off the light,
you run up the stairs.
You didn't bolt out there like your light.
Yup.
We're turning into Usain.
That was my favorite thing to do, because I'm not getting caught in the darkness. Elementary school.
And it was even worse when you tripped. The times I would
still do that. Nah, I don't do that no more. I ain't gonna lie. The reason why What the fuck was that? I know that was Haunted House, but what was that clip?
I was thinking I was about to get dragged out and eaten with some seasoning by the demon.
Yo! I never remember seeing that, ever. But now, the reason why I need to stop walking in darkness is because I be tripping over shit. There be shoes and like clothes and different furniture that like just get moved and that be fucking me up. I could really get injured, I'm not gonna lie. I need to stop doing that.
I really did not play with this stuff. I even had a holy water on the side of my bed in case of emergencies. Because even when you were sleeping, you weren't safe. Everyone had that one moment where the jacket hanged in the corner as a kid turned into a demonic creature.
Facts. The pile of clothes looked like somebody.
With that. I genuinely think my jacket turned into some monster at times of slumber. There could be anything in the fabric of the clothes. I don't know what those Chinese factory kids put in my fabric. And when you left the closet door itty bitty open, it was like you allowed the hellgates to come through. Like I know you.
But that's the thing though. When your room is dark, as I was talking about mine be, you don't get to see the shadows because everything, you can't see nothing at all.
Monsters Inc. I was not letting that happen to me. I saw everything and in between in that closet door that frightened me to death. I feel like every time I left my closet door open, it would slowly become more open and open, which made it worse. Maybe they were making the doors bigger for inclusivity for fat monsters. Who knows? They could be having whole talks on the phone in there for all I know. But at least they talk on the phone, because another scary feeling was when your mom or dad wasn't answering the phone. As a kid, I feel like everyone remember their parents' number religiously. Like the closest thing to calling
you know what's crazy? There's people that don't remember. People don't see. That's the thing though, because niggas is going to elementary school with iPhones, but I ain't have a phone until middle school, bro. And niggas in this bitch don't remember their parents' phone number. I remember my mom, my dad, and my dad's second phone number, and my older brother's phone number. Now I don't remember everybody else's phone number. Those are only 4 that I remember. I remember mom, dad's second phone, and my older brother's phone number. Outside of that, I can't remember it. Had a broken ass LG, bro. I had a weak ass. My first phone was the weak ass slide up phone with the keyboard, and then after that, I switched to a touchscreen joint. I mean, the slide up joint had touchscreen, but you know, what I mean, kinda. And then I had a weak ass Android that was touchscreen, but that bitch broke in like a week, and then I got an iPhone 6.
Shit, my parents told me if something like.
But I didn't get the iPhone till like 7th grade, I think.
Them because the police
maybe 8th
give
grade.
Some dumb advice. They kind of right. Like I'm not about to sit in the corner of a classroom while somebody's shooting up the school. I'm bolting the out. It was a whole emotional process if your mom or dad didn't answer the phone, but emphasis on mom. Because as a kid, you call your mom for any question. She's like the encyclopedia.
What the fuck is that?
Out there for putting up with this because I don't know how y'all deal with it. The first time you called, it would go like,
huh. That's weird. It usually goes through the first time. She's probably at work or something. I'll call later.
The second time is like,
where the hell is she at? She can't be far from home now. She's probably almost home. Yeah.
And the third time it was like, she's dead. I'm a terrible son. I should have saved. You never know what could have taken
so
her
fucking
away.
dramatic.
A random man in a van throwing her in the back. A train accidentally making a wrong turn and hitting her. Her car bursting into flames. And meanwhile, the whole reason why she wasn't answering would be something like being in the shower or driving. Something you couldn't recover from though was losing your parents in public. The feeling of doing
that was trash. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes you get lost in the sauce. You staring at a toy or you staring at some food. You think they going the next aisle over? They not in the next aisle over. And now it's like, do I make a lot of noise to find them or the mall? No, the mall crazy, bro. Because they dead just going into different stores.
Anything as a kid independently was scary as hell. For example, as a kid, I was told if anyone knocks, then don't answer. So when
I got lost in the Sears one time.
I barricaded.
I'll be getting lost in Target.
No single branch of the military
thought I was gonna die
with me there. So when I would go to the store and check
that should be no joke.
Only to go back and see my mom gone, I felt like I was gonna have to get ready for war. That old man walking with a shopping cart, he might just be a pedo. That 6'2" guy in the vegetable aisle, he might just lick my ass.
What?
Got an achievement just for finding your mom in the store. Like genuinely, she would be at an entire other end out of nowhere. But when you find her, if she hits you with the "we need to talk," you knew it was GG. The whole phrase of "we need to talk" growing up only had 2 outcomes. Either 1, getting yelled at ferociously, or 2, getting whooped. There was never an actual
why the fuck Yoda just get smacked?
We need to talk, and it ended up peacefully and positive. What the f was even the point of saying it if you knew you were gonna do anything but talk? It set your fate on what the outcome was gonna be already. Something that set your fate with never pulling your crush was falling in school. Falling anywhere in public
Falling in school. I don't know. I feel like there's worse things. Like the niggas who cried in school. Nah, but I don't think that's really a fear because them niggas too focused on getting their feelings hurt. Them niggas who threw up in school though, got it.
Is already embarrassing alone. The act of
that's like
on the ground
for real,
and everyone looking at you like
damn.
If you're not about to help, then back the up. But when it's in school, you know exactly how it goes. You trip and a group of niggas start laughing at you, not helping at all. Your crush walks by simultaneously.
Group of niggas laughing at you is crazy because I'm pretty sure the group of niggas from my school was just my group. We used to just laugh at stupid shit. Nah, I think it was worse for us though because we had but this was in middle school. We wasn't just this falling shit light, nigga. We used to have RKO matches. I had told this story a million times. Nigga used to dead RKO one another, bruh. I'm talking about creeping up like Randy Orton, running, jump, grab bruh head and to the ground. Oh hell no, yeah, we did a competition. I think it was the first to 8 RKOs, and there was no rules. Niggas had to set up rules. They said no RKOs in front of the hoes. This, that, and the third. Niggas was not following those rules, bruh. Niggas is not following those rules. That shit was crazy.
For the rest of your life. Every time I tripped when I was in school, I've never forgotten it to this day. It plays on loop in my brain sometimes. And don't have something like books in your hands. Because now you're gonna be scrambling all on the ground to pick them up. And people just walking by, stepping all over them. Like move the away, not giving a single about your pieces of property. See, I was a nice guy. I would feel bad if somebody had that happen. I would be the one person to actually help them. And the more younger you were in school, the more immature.
Nigga think he main character.
If you were in elementary school, they would start dancing on your books. In middle school, they would kick them all around the floor and piss on them. Okay, I'm probably over-exaggerating, but you get my point. What I'm not exaggerating about, though, was the fear of adults. I don't know if it was just growing up, but adults seem way more adulty than nowadays. Like, I remember being told as a kid to respect adults, and any sign of disrespect was a grave sin.
Hell no.
If I told them a lie, I was gonna be immediately banned.
That's the thing, though. I was more scared of what would get me, like, the ass whooping I get. Because adults, I used to be cussing adults out. I'm not gonna lie. Them niggas was bullshitting.
Managed to hell for the rest of my life. I used to think every adult with a job had their life fully together and could be fully authoritarian due to that. And now that I'm grown and see quote-unquote adults my age and even older, I realized soon enough that none of them knew what the they were doing. And low-key, some adults would demand respect just off being older. I feel like I saw it a lot more growing up than nowadays. Like, these really thought just because they were older, they knew exactly everything in life. And it's not even like I'm saying kids should be disrespectful.
Thought they was all weak. That's what I'm saying, bro. They wasn't no shit.
Them acting at a higher complex and acting like they were right in every situation. Every kid knew one stuck-up adult like that. Like, if you had some strict-ass parents, you would know that any chance to defend yourself from something was 0%. Because any sign of talking back to someone
except for my pops,
absolutely unheard of.
You were found guilty on all accounts with no evidence. It also depends on the
I ain't gonna lie. I had a period of time when I was a badass kid, so I didn't give a fuck about none of that. Like, if I need to talk my shit or say what I need to say, I'm saying it. That's the strongest person I could think of. Fair enough.
That's all the respect they needed to give you. Something worse than not respecting them, though, was forgetting to take the chicken out the freezer. Everyone had that moment where they got the call to do one.
See, I never had to do that. Take the freezer. I never had to do that because my older brother was always doing.
But it was like every time you got told to do it, 5 minutes later you completely forgot. The whole memory of the call completely evaporated out your brain. And it was only 10 minutes before she got home, your spider senses tingled and you suddenly remember. Now you gotta use every single method to defrost it as soon as possible.
Run it, the hot water.
Just to get it done. And this is one of those things where I actually understand why the parent would get mad. Like, you give one simple task to your child after a grueling day of work with your boss being an asshole and they can't even do it. I would be on crash out mode too. But hey, I'm gonna end it right there. Let me know what else I missed for a potential part 2. Follow me on Instagram.
As far as, I don't know. I think growing up, like, when you seen the older kids, like, if you was at the playground and it was them old ass kids, it's like, bro, them niggas start harassing you and shit.
Twitter and TikTok,
that shit's scary.
Always, I love you
especially
guys,
when you ain't, especially when you the oldest amongst the kids that you with.
Till next time.
On the basketball court, whether it's the basketball court, the soccer field, bro, anywhere, bro. The bigger kids, they always was trying to be on bullshit. Not going.